Giannis, the Joker, Joel Embiid, top 3 candidates.
Been going back and forth. I have a vote. I can't sit up there and definitively say I'd rather have Giannis come playoff time at this moment because I don't know what the hell I'm going to see from Giannis.
Sounds like I don't have Jokic anywhere near the top of my rankings.
I am perplexed. What happened?
Yup, you read the title. The MVP race is stupid, and here's why. The MVP race is down to Giannis, Embiid, and Jokic, and Booker now, I guess. And each one has an argument for them. Each one has a narrative, and then there are fans. My God, the fans are ruthless.
You're looking at me?
The MVP race is like trying to pick the best movie of the year. Sometimes there's a clear runaway favorite, and other times you got stat nerds talking about box office, you got critics talking about how good one actor did, and then you got people talking about directing and cast. Then some random panel picks the movie without telling you the actual criteria used, and there's some outrage on whichever movie is chosen.
Oh, wow!
But add NBA Twitter toxicity and it's a whole new level. Heck, even players getting involved.
Joel doesn't win MVP, I'm gonna snap. Whatever some nerdy statistician wants to pull out of his ass.
What is up, dudes? So that's Ballers Players. It's your boy MJ. So we hit 555,555. Thank y'all. For real. The giveaway is coming in the next video, getting it ready, and the playoffs are about to be here, so a lot of content is coming. Make your prediction right now on who's winning it all in the comments down below. But I'll have my head down and just grind, so please subscribe. I will give you an under 1-minute summary for all the MVP cases starting right now. Booker is averaging 27-5-5 on the best team in the league with over 60 wins and over 10 games above the number 2 seed. So by precedent of Curry in 2015, Rose in 2011, and others, he's the best player on the best team, so MVP. Nikola Jokic is having the best offensive season in NBA history according to PER, averaging 27, 14, and 8 on 58% from the field, leading nearly every advanced stat category. The Nuggets to 48 wins without their second or third option, based on the rare precedent that if a supporting cast sucks and a team overachieves due to one player leading multiple categories like Westbrook in 2017, Malone, and Kareem with a losing record in 76, he should be MVP. Embiid's case is also built on the Sixers being expectations and being a great team despite not having Ben Simmons. Did Maxey step up to near all-star level? Yes. Is that because of Embiid? Possibly, since he gets double the law in the post, but not entirely. He's putting up great numbers, scoring champion, good leader, so MVP. Giannis is leading the Bucks again to another great 50+ win season, playing only 33 minutes a game, averaging 30, 11.5, and 6, while simultaneously being in the running for Defensive Player of the Year. So peak offense and defensive performance, so MVP. Before you start saying that there's more to these candidates than what I mentioned, yes, you're right, but this race won't come down to us. It's coming down to him, and him, and him.
Who was on crack?
A panel of people who have their own set of bias. I mean, look at these networks. Bay Area, Detroit, New York Daily News, NBC Sports Boston. So there's no bias? These are the people voting. None of this stuff is fair, especially when an MVP award can define an entire player's legacy. Take for instance that these panelists see less Nuggets games, highlights, or stats because of the small number of nationally televised games. This also means that there are less reporting assignments, meaning less research on Jokic and the Nuggets, which can lead to the opposite of the familiarity effect. The familiarity effect is a repeat exposure which increases familiarity, and we tend to have a preference for things we are familiar with. So if they keep watching Giannis over and over again due to more national TV games than the Nuggets, which is 27-14, they may have more of a preference for Giannis automatically without taking anything else into account, and that could influence the race. In a Twitter space, we called out how the media doesn't give spots to Jokic, and ridiculous takes like Ja Morant is better than Giannis for the sake of views is damaging the majority of the NBA fan base that doesn't watch all the games or look at every single stat. Richard Jefferson at least did a little segment for Jokic, but in a 30-minute NBA segment on ESPN, Jokic got like 30 seconds?
The end of the show, as y'all can clearly see, is about to end. No talk of Jokic at all.
Because did you see what he did? I mean, he got 91% from the fourth quarter.
There's no way!
Bleacher Report will force feed 10,000 clips of the Lakers. I mean, we got Avery Bradley be-like? What?
That's terrible. Not just bad. Terrible.
Then we have Drew Hanlon, the player trainer on social media, running a Nikola Jokic smear campaign. Why? Because he's worked with Embiid, so of course he sees Embiid as the MVP. Hanlon tried to discredit Jokic's assists as if Jokic ain't do some ridiculous pass every night, and acts as if centers don't get assists off handoffs? We have devout Nuggets fans, that's a niche, riding hard with Jokic, attacking even the notion of Devin Booker for MVP candidacy. Unless there is a singular candidate that is far surpassing every other candidate, the race devolves into advanced stat ramblings, fight about narratives, team records, and those saying it's all about the eye test. We bringing drip to this convo?
It's like, what the hell?
Obviously, the formula is some balance between the three and precedent, but with the game changing, do precedents matter? And if so, which ones? Because until we decide an actual criteria, there's nothing to go off of more than a random combination of stats, context about his season and team, and the game footage. And the perspective on all of this is changing based on bias, to the point that even voter fatigue is an actual concept that has affected actual MVP races. LeBron in 2011 after winning 2 straight MVPs, Malone over Jordan in '97, which Jordan promptly paid him back for.
You think he's the MVP? Okay, fine, no problem.
Recency bias also plays a factor. The candidate that finished the season out strong, closer to voting time, gets more votes because it's fresher in the voters' minds. We are human, and there's no stat that accurately takes into account teammates, conferences. Heck, Rudy Gobert was leading the MVP race according to Basketball Reference at some point this season. Rudy Gobert, the MVP of the league.
I am perplexed!
And until we get to that point, arguing back and forth in the MVP race is pointless. We need to define criteria, guidelines that can be followed so there's consistency. Have rooms where there's some flexibility so as the game changes, the criteria can change too. I'd rather us just appreciate what all these players are doing, but that's my 2 cents. Oh, you wanna know who I think is MVP? I changed my mind between Giannis and Jokic, leaning towards Giannis because they're neck and neck offensively, but I like Giannis defensively. But then Joel Embiid also has the same record with a worse supporting cast, and very similar offensive and defensive numbers with similar efficiency. But Jokic is also great, getting 48 wins without his second or third option. This is so difficult. But what do you think? Who should win MVP and how should they change the rules? Giveaway coming next video to start the playoffs off with a bang. The all-day notification watch out goes to Christian Ramirez. Thanks for the all-day support. And if you're still here, you're a real one, so comment fair so I know. Drop a like if you like the video and subscribe, turn noise on if you really like the video. It really helps the channel out. It's your boy MJ. We out and we vibe.
So let's get high, let's get wasted. Okay, just hop in my spaceship. No, no, no.